Well, welcome to the show. Today is Judge Alexandra Manning. I like her, she's tough. But let's get started with this show. I hope everybody's having a good day. And let me go back here and make this larger. I don't think that makes any difference.
Hello. Hello. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. That something's going on with the service. It's a signal.
Okay, so Martin, if you take yourself off mute, both of you raise your right hands. Do y'all swear or affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so couple of ground rules. We're not going to talk over each other. I mean, I may interrupt you, but y'all aren't going to talk over me or one another. So I'll hear from Miss Matthews.
This almost feels illegal.
Matthews is supposed to be family violence. So that's what I want to hear about is family violence and the family violence that you claimed, Miss Matthews, that Miss Martin has done to you. Okay, I don't need to hear about what y'all were cooking for dinner and that somebody burnt the chicken and that made you mad. I just need to hear the facts of the case and why you sought the CPO. Now, also, Miss Matthews, you got the sun. I can't really see.
Okay.
Sorry. All right.
I'm
So
sorry.
if you're going to say, that's okay. If you're going to say that Ms. Martin threatened you, you have to tell me more than that. You have to say, at the end of December 2022, she threatened me saying this, okay, or how she harassed you. You have to be specific, and you got to give me a date, or at least as close to it, like last week, or the first part of January of 2023. Okay, and all I want to hear about is that. Okay.
Okay. The incident occurred. I have auto recordings and dates on my email Google Drive on all the incidents, and I have currently also we are in the middle of, she has my kids too as well. I don't see my children right now due to the fact of these threats and the harassment. So it's been going on since she had the kids since May.
Okay, we'll start with the most recent event.
May of 2022.
Okay, that's not the most recent event. You put January 29 of 2023 on here.
Those are the auto recordings. Due to the auto recordings,
you got to share those and let me hear them. Tell me, I got to hear them.
Okay, you saying you have to hear them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 1 second.
So what you're going to have to do is kind of say, this call was on, January the 2nd, and then, here's where she threatened me or what have you, and then play the audio.
Okay, no problem. I have them.
And what's the relationship?
She's a sister, blood relative.
Oh.
Your Honor, can you hear?
Yeah. So, Ms. Matthews, I'll be real honest with you. I hear a lot of screaming and yelling. So it's just a little bit too loud, maybe where I can't understand. There you go. Play it that way. Now let's play that again.
That's one of them.
Okay, and that was her voice?
Yes, ma'am.
So I heard her say she was gonna, I think, quote, bust your ass out. Is that?
Box.
If you turn it down just a,
I'm sorry, they're very loud. So
yeah, I know. So if they're loud, it gets a little distorted on my end.
yeah. They're very loud. Give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
The Birmingham squadron.
I'm going down, Your Honor. It's a lot. 1 second.
I don't think these kids want to play with you. I just don't think you said the too old.
Yeah, like she has. This don't make no sense.
What you got something else? Why?
Ms. Martin, I'm gonna have to mute you. Don't keep laughing.
I think you're out of box your ass out first before I do that. You got your damn body. I think you're out of box your ass out first.
Okay, that's one of them.
So Ms. Matthews, is that what she's saying? She's gonna bust your ass out. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, she said I'm gonna bust your ass out. Not only that, I have a recording of her coming to my house.
Okay, so hold on. Let me hear something else, but you can't talk over it, okay? You can't talk over it. So what date was that when she said she was gonna bust your ass out?
Oh, Lord.
Do you know
1 second. I'm finna go to it. It's in the Gmail. Give me 1 second.
Was it recently? Just tell me, was it recently?
It was that time, like the harassment started with her in May.
Okay, so
But
this
But
voice,
the actually incident happened in January.
okay, so that voicemail, was it in January?
Yes.
Okay, all right, play the next one.
Hold on 1 second. I tried to break them down. Hold on 1 second.
And look where she at. Bitch, you come eat the same place. Keep playing. Keep playing, bitch. Y'all jealous. That's all that is. What the fuck? That's all that is. Vagina that you supposed to be napping. And look where she at. Bitch, you come eat the same place. Keep playing. Keep playing, bitch. Y'all jealous. That's all that is. Jealous. Jealous. Jealous of you for 5 kids that came out. Try to play both of sweetie, because he had me come over there and try to drop me, because he sat right there and called me. He called me over there. He said, you supposed to use to you, sweetheart. You got my
1 second.
Are you looking to fees?
Ms. Moore, I know you're not laying down in the bed in my courtroom.
Judge, I am at work. I am not laying down on the
I'm
bed.
talking to you,
This
Ms.
is actually
Martin.
wasting
I
my
said Ms.
time.
Moore. I said Ms. Moore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Miss Martin. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey.
This is at the moment right here. At the moment right here, this is what she was at my house right here.
Okay.
Those just are the auto threats recording on her attempt to come to my residence.
So, Ms.
That's what those were.
Ms.
But this
Matthews,
right here,
Matthews.
ma'am.
All right, help me out. I mean, I could hear some N-words.
It's very loud because the way I had to record this auto recording is loud.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I heard some N-words and some B-words and some other, but anyway. What's she over there and what are y'all fighting about?
No, she has my children, correct? So what it was back in January, I asked for visitation. And when I asked for visitation, she pursued the attempt to attack me. And I'm now 8 months pregnant right now. And she pursued to come to my residence. She came to my residence. And those recordings are her sitting outside my residence.
Okay, so
attempting.
she was trying to
Yes.
contact you, but did you guys, why is she mad coming over there mad and raising Cain?
Because she don't want me to get my kids back. And I'm trying to fight her to get my kids back.
So
That's what's going on.
you have a case in juvenile court?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So could you help me a little bit about what you say some of those recordings said? Because I pointed out the words that I could hear. So what was she saying?
Bitch, bitch, stop playing with me. You'll be on your dying bed. Like, we had a cousin that passed at 36 due to a heart attack. I have high blood pressure. She knows that, and she know my medical conditions. And it's just the fact of like, why would you do somebody like that if you're trying to, if you know you only have temporary with their children? You only have temporary and all these, and I'm not finna go around nobody that's gonna attempt to fight me that has 5 of my children. I'm not gonna go around them. I'm not gonna need to, I tried to get her to bring the kids to my residence. But we have a court date coming up where I'm gonna see about that court date, what happened with that. But the main concern is I tried everything since she have had temporary custody of these kids to get my kids involved in my life without her. My lawyer stated, my legal aid stated, don't contact her. Only reason why I contacted her, the day of this incident was January 29th. That's the day of the incident of my son's birthday. I had every right to contact her because she have 5 of my children. But the assault and the fighting me and all that stuff while I'm pregnant and stuff, I can't deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with that. It's gonna make me look bad as a mother trying to come around and do visitation rights with my children.
All right, let me hear from Ms. Martin for a second. Go ahead, Ms. Martin.
Thank you. Okay. First, I'm gonna start with this. I'm glad she let you hear the last recording because that was actually her calling my phone. I thought harassment is when you keep calling somebody and you tell them not to keep calling you. That's harassment. She calling my phone. So yes, I did tell her, you call my phone again. Don't call my phone no more unless you want to fight. Your Honor, this is my little sister. I have been dealing with this girl telling lies on me for forever. The reason why I have her children,
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
So you just let her talk, but now I can't talk.
I don't care why they have her children. That's for juvenile court. That's not anything
Okay.
today.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what's related to today.
And I'm not bad, and I'm pretty smart, Ms. Martin. So it's juvenile. So I know. So go ahead.
Okay. The first recording she let you hear, when you thought and you heard I was gonna bust her ass out. No, that's not what was said. What was said was she should have let you hear the whole recording. She had been calling my niece, my oldest niece, bullying her. She have spit on this girl, beat her, abused her. She was calling my niece to bully her. I said, I will not allow you to bully her. I will teach her to box you out before I do that.
I shouldn't even be talking about this, but
that was not me threatening to hit her. That is a lie. Everything she has put in this petition is a complete lie. Everything. And if she can't prove all this stuff she done lied about, I really want to press charges. Like, seriously, I do. I want to press charges because this is a waste of my time. I'm at work. This girl done had the sheriff knock on my door for lies. These are all lies, ma'am. Everything. I never came to her home. All these recordings that you hear her recording you, they're because she called my phone. So yes, when someone is calling my phone, bothering me and upsetting me, yes, I'm gonna get loud. Yes, I'm gonna curse. Yes, I'm gonna yell. Yes, she's calling my phone, ma'am. So if anybody got harassed in this situation, it was me, not her. She called on my nephew's birthday asking me why I'm messing with her Gateway account. I don't mess. Why would I mess with your Gateway account? I've been had the kids since March of last year. It ain't May, so she could.
All right, so place you on mute, and I'm putting Ms. Matthews on mute. It's funny because I usually, say something to people who have the same children. They're both the parents. You folks are your sisters. I've never even felt this much with my sisters. I mean, even when we were little. She beat me up till I got bigger than her, but doesn't matter. I feel sorry for these children that they're living in this environment where this is going on. because I can imagine.
Your Honor, may I please speak?
Ma'am, oh, ma'am, not while I'm talking. That if she's calling over you, which Ms. Matthews, if your lawyer said don't call her, that's what lawyers are for, to tell you what to do legally. I suggest that you listen to that lawyer. There was a reason that that lawyer told you not to call her. And I'm pretty familiar with juvenile court. I sit down there sometimes. So down there on a dependency, which means the children were removed from you. Instead of foster care, Ms. Martin stepped in and took the kids because if they have a relative. So Ms. Martin is keeping the children. Thank you, Ms. Martin, for doing that and not letting the children go into the foster care system. Now, besides that, if both of y'all are this much of a hothead, these poor children need a little break. I mean, and Ms. Matthews, the best way for you to get your children back is to fix you. And don't worry about Ms. Martin. You know? And I know you want to see your children, but this gets brought
Can I
up.
speak, Your Honor? But I know I'm not trying to. Oh, okay.
Both just let me finish talking. This is handled down the street, and I'm pointing towards the juvenile courthouse because I can see it. This gets handled right down there, and everything that just happened is going to get brought out down there, and none of that concerns anything about what's in best for your children. And it's best that your children have both of you, because Ms. Matthews, if by chance something were to happen to you, then I'm assuming your children would have to go live with someone else, either their father, your mother, or whomever. And I'm assuming since Ms. Martin took them now, maybe she would be the one to take care of them. So one thing you don't want is to have a bad relationship so that if something ever happens to you, you're not getting along with a person who you know is probably going to be the one to take care of your children. Now, I'm just assuming that she would do that. She did now, and maybe they would go to them. But if their fathers aren't around to take them, Ms. Martin stepped up, which means the fathers didn't step up to take them in juvenile court. So this is the thing, is you've got to get along with one another. And y'all really shouldn't, really, if there's, Ms. Martin, let me ask you a question. Can you take yourself off mute?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are there is there visits that's set up for Ms. Matthews to see the children?
Miss Judge.
Just yes or no?
She ain't even gonna be around them kids, to be honest.
So right now, the court down there in juvenile court down the street has not set up a visitation schedule.
No, I had to call CPS on her. She's not even supposed to be around them.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you everything that she's doing. She's lying.
Okay, hold on. I just asked a simple question. She had visitation. Ms. Matthews, now let me ask you, they've given you a case plan to work?
The thing about it, Your Honor, the petitionary that was taken out on me, I have a legal aid and a power attorney that's handling that stuff in defense courthouse right now. Because what it is, she took advantage of my mental state.
Ms. Matthews, first I want you to answer my question. Nobody ever wants to answer my question. Do you have a case plan?
No, it is not it's called, I'm sorry, the spelling of the name is called a recertification plan or something like that. It's court order. Yeah, so I don't even have that yet. The court is just starting. So we don't even have that.
The court is not just started. We've been
in God, ladies.
I'm not saying that.
She just keep lying.
All right. Y'all gotta stop. So Ms. Matthews, you have a case plan or a reunification plan?
No, I do not have that yet.
Listen to me, Ms. Matthews. I am not, y'all think I'm a big old idiot, but I'm not. I sit on the bench down there. I have heard hundreds of juvenile cases.
If the roof on your home has a
and it states
what you're doing right now is you've got a reunification / case plan that tells you things you need to do. Sometimes it tells people, not necessarily you have to get basic housing, have to get a job, have to be able to supply the children with this, have to do this, have to take parenting classes, all this. There is stuff you're supposed to do to get your children back, period. So if the juvenile court has not given you some sort of supervised visits or visits because they would arrange it with Miss Martin for you to have visits, then you don't need to be talking to her. What you need to focus on, Miss Matthews, is you're working your case plan / reunification plan and taking care of your children. Because as long as this is going on, it's going to cause trouble for you down there. So
I can't say something, Honor. The truth, the matter is, I've been down there. I've been to the clerk's office, done spoke with them, did everything that you have said right here and said and stated. If you familiar, you know Miss Baker down at the juvenile courthouse at the clerk's office. We have spoke, and yes, she told me everything I have to do. And I'm taking the steps and the protocols because I'm doing this TPO out on her because she's the more aggressive one. It's not, it gonna sound good, but it's been going on for years. It's been going on years with her. It's just the fact of, you're right, I did accept my big sister to take my kids in, but not to be an aggressive one to me in the matters of the circumstance, and knowing that I'm not even able to see them through her right now because of how she act right now. And then it's nowhere that I can't have visitation with my kids where they can't come to my residence. It's nowhere that CPS is an order against me for my kids. I got the petitionary and the stimulation petition. I have all that, Your Honor.
which judge are you in front of?
Next week, we will be going to Terrence. It's a different judge.
Okay, put you back on mute. Ms. Martin and Ms. Martin only. You have a copy of the reunification / case plan. What has the court ordered you to do with the children right now?
Miss Judge, the court has pretty much just ordered me to be there, just be there for them.
Okay, so
just be there for them. Ashley does not have a plan to get kids back. They haven't given her a plan. They're not planning to give her a plan.
Ms. Martin, yes, they do. They don't just terminate rights. I know this. I know this because they don't.
Okay, Judge, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Ms. Martin, listen. Here's how it goes. There's dependency. Then there's a case plan. Then there's a reunification plan. If you can't get through your reunification plan, then you go to parental termination. There are steps. This is by the code. So I'm telling you. So all I'm asking you is, have you been in front of a judge, which you should have, because that's when it signs something for placement, that said, okay, Ms. Ray, that said she gets these visits, or is that going to be addressed and other issues when you go back to juvenile? Yes or no?
No.
They haven't given, okay, so she's not there yet. Her case manager is going to go tell you how you progress. Here's what y'all need to do. Yeah. First of all, y'all need to, put you back. First of all, y'all need to get along. Y'all need to get along, not because y'all are related to one another or anything. Y'all need to be able to get along simply for the fact that Ms. Martin, you have Ms. Matthews' children. She obviously wants them back. She's going to have to do what she has to do down in juvenile court to try to get them back. If she doesn't, it goes to termination of parental rights, which is a very high standard. They akin termination of parental rights to the death penalty. So if there's a case that's going on that gets conflicted out, if it's terminating parental rights, they get excused from my court to go down there because that's more important. So it's akin to that. So let me tell you, what I want both of you to do is put your hand down and get along. I'm not putting this in place because y'all are going to have to talk during this. Oh dear God, nobody believes me. I'm just a judge. I don't know crap. I do not know anything. I promise you. The hundreds of cases I've heard down there, Deputy Lee, I don't know anything. Don't know anything. I don't know the law. I Googled it. Ma'am, I know the law. I sit in superior juvenile court. And I'm telling you what's going to happen. You two are going to have to communicate, period. The court is going to make you. Man, you can ignore her, but she has to do certain things to get her kids back. But right now, neither one of you need to talk to one another, think about these kids and move on, period. Put these children first. Ms. Martin, you need to learn down there what she's supposed to do and what your part is. Because I promise you that judge down there is going to start giving her visitation. Sooner or later, she's going to get visitation. If it's, drug court, if it's drug rehab, alcoholism, just that she's, doesn't have housing and stuff like that. They do not just say she gets no visits automatically, period. Even if children have been abused, people get supervised visits at some point in time once they work a case plan. Now, I'm not here to teach juvenile law. I'm here to tell both of you to get along for the sake of these 5 children. Ms. Matthews, talk to your lawyer. Next time you go to court, you need to get her to have the judge make it clear in court. What contact, if any, or when can you have it with your children? Because if that's true, Ms. Martin has the children, she is supposed to help facilitate that. But that's all, whatever. I haven't seen the order down there. Don't want to see the order down there. Y'all need to let juvenile court handle this. Y'all are 2 sisters. Y'all need to get along because y'all have to be there for one another. Ms. Martin, something happens to you and you have kids, hopefully she would take care of your kids. Both of you stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend. I'm declining to put this in place. All right, here's my next case. Y'all can both leave the meeting. Ms. Martin, put your email in the chat.
It's in there.
All nice to see you again.
And Your Honor, it's Margaret Martin for Liz Rubenstahl.
Hey, the 2 of y'all talk.
We have, Judge.
We have, Your Honor, we've talked at length. In terms of housekeeping, this case was filed in November 9th, and Mr. Rubenstahl filed his TPO on November 17th. He was served with the divorce on the 10th. We had a hearing, almost 2-day hearing in front of Judge Farmer on December 6th and 7th. Judge Farmer asked Mr. Rubenstahl to dismiss this TPO, and he wanted me to let you know that he's available today to talk to you if you would like to talk about this. We have an order.
Judge Farmer's available to talk to me?
Yes.
I'll walk over there and see him. So is that what was supposed to happen?
That was what I understood, Your Honor.
Your Honor, there's vastly different understandings here. Ms. Martin believes that the judge said that it should be dismissed. No, what my understanding is, I was not at that hearing, but in speaking with my co-counsel, Mr. Tom Browning, that's not what Judge Farmer said. Yes, he said he'd be available if needed today, but he didn't say to dismiss the case. What Ms. Martin, of course, has forgot to mention as well is that her client burned the house down with my client in it. And so here we are today, and there's no custody order in this order for the interveners. The grandparents intervened in this case, and then there's visitation. Yes, it's very layered. However, currently there is no order that states dad, my client, the only sane parent, has custody of the children. There's nothing stating who has custody of these children. The grandparents have visitation. The mother is in an inpatient facility. There's a pending warrant for her arrest for arson in the first once she gets released. So no, this was not said to be dismissed. Judge Farmer said he would be available to speak, hoped we could work something out, maybe consolidate it, but we need something in there that states that who has custody of these children. The only thing protecting these children from their mother who burned their house down is this TPO stating that Mr. Rubenstahl has custody right now.
Your Honor, I'm not gonna waste the court's time going through all of Mrs. Glickinson's points, but I will say that the problem with the TPO is it's in derogation of an order that Judge Farmer has already entered. One of the issues being the TPO says my client cannot have contact with the children. Well, the order Judge Farmer issued last week says that my client can see the children every other weekend and on Tuesday evenings when the grandparents have the children. The TPO says that The parties are not to have contact. Judge Farmer's order of last week says that Mr. Rubenstahl is to facilitate FaceTime calls with my client and the children. I told Mr. Browning and Ms. Glickenson that I would agree to a consent order to give their client temporary custody, but that I wanted to wait until the drug results came. We agreed by consent last week to drug testing of the grandparents, the mother, and the father. For some reason, my client and the grandparents' results are back, but Mr. Rubenstahl's are not. What I told Mrs. Glickenson and Mr. Browning is, let's consolidate these actions as recommended by Judge Farmer. Let's get these drug results back, and if he is clean, I am fine entering an order where he has temporary custody. But I have grave concerns about his drug use, and I need to see those results. And Judge Farmer has entered an order to that effect. Judge Farmer, Carol Gillingham, emailed last week asking Ms. Glickenson, where are your client's drug results? So I am just trying to be careful, and there is an order for these drug results. I have clearly communicated, and if Your Honor would like to see the emails where I have offered Mr. Browning and Ms. Glickenson, I will enter an order saying my client will not contact your client unless it relates to the children. I have offered to do the temporary custody after we get the drug results. It is odd to me that everybody's have come in but their clients. And
Your
so
Honor.
And Your Honor, I just think this needs to be consolidated. Judge Farmer has got, we left the hearing last week and he said to everyone, I've got eyes on everyone in this case. That was one of the last things he said.
Your Honor, Miss Martin continues to, it's Gilkinson, not Glickenson, it's Miss Gilkinson. But second of all, Miss Martin keeps talking about she has grave concerns. Her client burned the house down. My client is gainfully employed with CNN. He's done the drug testing. They went to different labs. However, I got an email from the lab yesterday stating Mr. Rubenstahl's two tests, his PET test came back negative, perfectly clean. The other two outstanding tests, the lab has told me, and I'm happy to send that to Your Honor, that they will be back on the 19th and the 21st. So for them to, make assumptions that this is Mr. Rubenstahl's hand, no, that's not the case. He did the drug testing as he was supposed to do. If these children, if there's nothing in any order stating that he has custody, mom could leave the 90-day treatment that Judge Farmer ordered her to complete, or he would hold her in contempt at any time. They published my client's address with the children in the record. Mom can just show up there, take these kids at any time, and there's an outstanding warrant for her arrest for arson. These children need to be protected. Miss Martin seems to think that her client, who's an arsonist, is, for some reason, she has grave concerns about the only father, the only parent these children have that has stability right now. These drug tests will be turned over as soon as we receive them next week. But the fact that they won't agree to state, and it's not contradictory to Judge Farmer's order. If Your Honor looks at the very last paragraph, it even states any TPO order entered, so long as it is not contradictory to this court's order. So Your Honor could enter an order in the TPO that says there is a TPO, the party shall have communication or visitation based on Judge Farmer's order in the divorce case, and that would not be considered a violation of this TPO. But it literally makes reference to the potential that there's a TPO order going to be entered.
Good afternoon, Judge David Serif. I was just appointed as the guardian ad litem. I'm just observing, but I wanted to let you know I'm here on this case, in the divorce case. So I'm just here to observe.
Ms. Reed, you get in touch with Judge Farmer.
Sorry, Judge.
Ms. Reed.
I will, Your Honor.
Okay.
Drinking warm water was sent.
So the last paragraph of this says, the court order shall remain in effect, further written agreement of three parties or until further order is court. If there is a conflict between this order and the ex parte order entered on November 22nd, the order in 2022 CV 72847, this order shall control. I got stand by. Let me. All right, stand by. I left a message for Judge Farmer. He should hopefully call me back in a second. Imagine that he has left the building already. So if you folks can stand down, will it help to put you in a breakout room and let y'all argue amongst yourselves?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Well, Your Honor, I think, Your Honor, what would be helpful is, I mean, again, I said that I would agree to an order on the temporary custody subject to his screens. And the other part of this is we have a guardian order which provides that David Seraph can come in and provide the court an opinion on custody or visitation at any time. That order has been entered. It says the guardian ad litem shall make interim recommendations from time to time regarding custody, parenting, and grandparenting time. So, I mean, I just think, Your Honor, this is a situation where we've got a lot of eyes on this, and, you know, I don't think that I am being unreasonable, especially when the court has ordered drug testing, to just say, take a minute, let's get these drug tests. I just don't think that's unreasonable. And especially when Judge Farmer is asking, he's having, you know, his law clerk say, where is the drug testing? I'm just asking for that. I just don't feel like that's unreasonable. And I've already agreed that we will not contact their client except as it relates to the children, which is already part of Judge Farmer's order. And Judge Farmer has already allowed my client to see the children. So just to take this TPO and extend it doesn't make a lot of sense when we have the Superior Court judge already saying that she can see the children.
Your Honor, if I may briefly, the problem, that is all correct. And I'm glad that, you know, Mr. Seraph is in this case and he can make interim recommendations. But the crazy part is we have all of these orders, but no order except this ex parte states who has custody currently, which obviously can be changed at any time, of these minor children after their mother burned their house down. I cannot risk these children being taken by mom who just decides to leave her inpatient facility and abscond before she gets arrested by her with the warrant that's outstanding. I cannot have that risk. Why with all of these orders do we not have something saying, yes, dad has custody at the moment. We have a guardian, he can go in and he can make these changes. I'm receiving documents and correspondence and everything from them every single day, multiple times a day. But I can't get, like, I mean, anything about who has custody of these children. I think that's very important because, I mean, this woman burned the house down and now she's in a mental health facility. She could leave on her own volition at any time. And we don't know what her mental status is. She's been charged with arson once. That's one of the 7 deadly. That's not done just, you know, I mean, there is a reason we are here. And Mr. Rubenstahl needs to protect these children. All we need is something stating that he has the custody. That does not contradict Judge Farmer's order in the least. So yes, I think it's unreasonable to have all these orders, but none of the orders say who has custody of the children.
Mr. Seraph, what are you thinking?
I think I've been in the case for all of 5 seconds and I don't know enough about it yet. I wasn't at the hearing. I got appointed, I think after the hearing, sounds like. I'm just here to observe if there's going to be testimony, Your Honor.
Have you given them whiz quizzes yet?
I have sent them my questionnaire and an initial letter. And I haven't sent them any other sort of quizzing or testing.
You want everybody to go do a whiz quiz, or you want hair fall?
I think Judge Farmer already ordered that they do all that.
Yeah, but which one? Because we're arguing over. When Judge Farmer calls me on the phone. Well, I see the outstanding warrant.
I mean, I don't know why everyone can't agree to continue it until you get the screens back.
Has everybody here taken a whiz quiz? Somebody tell me.
Your Honor, we have submitted our testing to the judge and to David. The fingernail, their machine broke, so we've had to take that to a different, I know that the grandparents have had to take that to a different lab, but our hair follicle has come in. Mr. Rubenstall's hair follicle has not come in, and Judge Farmer asked, why hasn't his come in? Everybody else has come in. And so that's the one that I'm concerned about. And what I have said to Mr. Browning and his co-counsel, I don't want to say her name incorrectly, I have said to them, I will agree to temporary custody, subject to there being an issue with those screens. I agree with Mr. Seraph. Why can't we just wait this week? If she says they're coming this week, we get them this week, and then I'm going to agree to enter a temporary order for temporary custody. But the TPO is more than that in terms of, her not contacting the kids and all of that. I mean, she has a visitation schedule. That's why I don't understand why we can't dismiss the TPO and just put this all under Judge Farmer. I mean, he's heard this case for 2 whole days last week.
So what I see here in scheduled visitation is grandparents.
But they're allowed to take, if you'll read section 20E and F, Your Honor, of that order,
okay,
you'll note that they can take the children to see mom during their time, which is what is happening. Also, Mr. Rubenstall is to facilitate, if you'll look, so E says, grandparents shall be allowed to take the children to visit with mother during their time with the children. That's paragraph 20E.
Yes, ma'am.
And then paragraph 20F says that mother shall be entitled to two FaceTime calls. And it says father shall initiate the FaceTime call from his phone and shall not interfere with said call.
And Judge, once again, we don't have a problem with what Judge Farmer ordered. And PPO to be, any communication via FaceTime with mom, or if grandparents elect to take minor children to an inpatient mental health facility to see their mom, well, that's in the order. So that is what it is. That doesn't, but I mean, you can still enter a TPO on behalf of the plaintiff who his wife attempted to kill him by setting their house on fire and ordering that primarily he is the one to have custody right now. I mean, I don't see why we're here, because nobody can like all of these facts that are here, and they choose to ignore that and instead point fingers when 4 are pointing back at them. And I have the email here, Judge, from the lab actually that states specifically the confirmation. I can email it to Your Honor if you'd like. The confirmation testing results for specimen ID number, and then the number will be released on Monday, 12/19, and then the other one released on 12/21, and that's directly from the lab that I received yesterday. So I'm happy to share that with the court as well. There's nothing funny about him. He's not concealing tests. They don't have it. I've called them twice and gotten this email.
Sorry, I'm reading this too. So grandparents got into the case for grandparents too, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. They were added as parties as part of the hearing last week. So they filed a motion. We had to have an emergency hearing because Mr. Rubenstall had blocked off all contact between the grandparents and the children, and also from my client. And Your Honor, I'm not going to sit here and argue about, we have a difference of opinion in terms of what Mrs., I'm scared to say her name, I'm going to say it incorrectly, Gilkinson, has presented. I want to find solutions, not more problems, and try to de-escalate this thing. But I have a duty, I feel like we all as officers of the court have a duty to these children, and I'm just asking to fill in this gap on the drug testing, which is something that's been ordered by the court. And I don't know, that just doesn't seem unreasonable to me. I made an offer to them yesterday. I've been trying to settle this with them all week. And we could have settled it, but for this one issue on the drug testing, which I just don't think I'm being unreasonable about.
So I'm kind of reading this, and is it paternal or maternal grandparent?
It's the maternal, my client's parents.
Where are paternal grandparents?
No, the paternal grandparents those are my client's parents. It's the maternal grandparents who entered the case because, after their daughter burned their house down, my client was obviously concerned and not knowing what was going on. So yes, they didn't have contact with the kids right after that. Now they do. And, but as the court can imagine, if you're going to burn the house down and then your parents are there when it starts, you're going to be a little bit concerned about as to the safety of your children. So they want to say that, oh, Mr. Rubenstahl withheld. Well, their daughter burned the house down and they knew about it. So yeah, that's probably going to give you some pause for sure.
Make it
One sec. He's not answering. But I know where he parks. Of course, yeah. All right, so right now the thing is that if I give dad custody, that'll go against Judge Farmer's order, which says it looks like they live with maternal grandparents.
No, they live with dad, my clients.
Okay, and
but
maternal grandparents have.
Yeah, they have visitation. Yeah, but there's nothing. Custody,
tell me where you see something here where he's even made any kind of decision on custody.
Well, it presumes that he has custody because it says that the grandparents are entitled to visitation with the children, but it doesn't really say where the children, I think it says that they're living with dad at his house, but it doesn't provide that protection. Like, my concern is that, once again, mom is in there on her own volition. If she left at any time, until they caught her on the warrant, I don't know what she's capable of doing. Once the court sees the pictures of this beautiful house that's a pile of ash, there has to be something to protect these children, and to make insinuations that Mr. Rubenstahl isn't a fit father coming from the Mother's Council is quite something, Your Honor.
So what you want me to do is extend this between John and Elizabeth, not include the children, defer to Judge Farmer's order, and your next date in front of Judge Farmer is February the 23rd.
Yeah, Judge.
What do you want, Mr. Sarah?
I would throw out there, why can they not consent to extend the ex parte? We wait for the drug results, and maybe in the interim I can help them work something out.
That would be fine with us, Your Honor.
Ms. Gilkins said what we could do if we extend, we can send you something in Word with it extending it and any special language. Children reside primarily with dad, and then refer to Judge Farmer's order of December the 15th. And then, of course, I always like to put the judge hearing the divorce, makes changes as they deem necessary. And here's the deal, that if Mr. Seraph wants to get before somebody before February the 23rd, because something came up, all it takes is you guys call or email me and I can get you on the calendar like that.
Yeah, no, Judge, I don't have a problem with that. All I wanted is something that states that, Judge Farmer's order, yes, the visitation schedule, that's all fine and good. That takes priority. But, the children, father has temporary custody of the children.
It's extending what's in the ex parte.
Right, correct.
And Ms. Coulter, that's the thing, is it's extending what's in the ex parte, deferring to any visitation with a child, and we can even attach Judge Farmer's order for December the 15th and e-file it into this case. And then Mr. Seraph knows that, and I think you all know that if you need to get in front of me, it just takes a phone call, and I can get people in. Wait a minute, that Judge Farmer's case that I'm hearing, there's a 4-day trial.
You're right. In this case, or?
No, he does this to me. I think it's Judge Farmer that I got here. It's a 4-day trial.
Okay.
That's why he's avoiding my calls, because he thinks I'm saying no back to his trial. I'm going to do it.
Well, Judge Manning, can I just make sure I understand what you're doing? Because if you can extend the ex parte order, I just want to make sure, that there are no problems, because my client is visiting with the kids. My client is doing the FaceTime. She is in patient treatment. She is not leaving there for 90 days.
So what I do is I put on there a new date, and I say amended by the provisions of the order signed by Judge Farmer on December the 15th. We'll attach it.
Okay.
And here's what I do. It's kind of been a benefit on a couple of cases. I'm not sure what Judge Farmer does, but personally, when I let people do that, Mr. Seraph, I don't like to allow both parties to record the conversation if they want to, because I say, here's what was said on the video, on the chat, and all you got to do is send it to Mr. Seraph. You say, he said this and he shouldn't. Well, you send a copy of the visit to Mr. Seraph. That's what I like to do. Last time I did that, I think somebody, it was in the news anyway. It was that same video recording of one that kind of helped a lot. So, do either of you have a problem with that? Because if mom thinks dad's saying something he shouldn't say, Mr. Seraph can look at it and say, they're going good or whatever. But if dad says mom's saying something out of line, it'll protect mom. Because if she's not and she's doing all she can, exactly like she should, you show Mr. Seraph, he'll see that, hey, all these visits are appropriate.
I'm fine with that, Your Honor.
What do you think, Mr. Seraph?
I'm open to that. Courtney, what do you think?
I believe they had asked to record it. Dad's not even there, done at the school and when she's with her parents. So, I just didn't think
it would behoove, to me, it would behoove grandparents and mom to record it, because, I'm just saying, if you were sitting in front of me and you had every single visit recorded except for one, when allegedly mom said this to the kids, pass the old whiff test.
I'll defer to the guardians.
What do you think, Mr. Seraph? If we think somebody's saying something that they shouldn't say, then Mr. Seraph can listen and see how the children are behaving towards her.
Well, there's a lot of moving parts. What I would add is I assume when she gets out of this program, she's going to get arrested. I don't know that as a fact, but if there's a warrant out for her, you would think that's what's going to happen. And there's going to be all sorts of other issues with that.
It will. Do we know, Ms. Martin, I'm not telling you anything, is your office representing her on that issue?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
but her criminal attorney is here.
I'm sitting in on this, Your Honor. I also filed an entry. Last name is Chopra. I was also at the hearings. last week. So
Okay.
we
Well,
have
that's
made
the thing.
arrangements with the district attorney's office and the detective involved to have this matter cleared up.
Yeah, you make arrangements, he walks her in, as long as they call, she turns, they could have agreed to a bond, I don't know. But I mean, there's definitely probably gonna be some sort of stay away conditions in the bond.
Completely, Your Honor.
Yeah, so I'm sure once that goes, he'll walk her in, they'll have to process, no matter what, even if it's a consent bond, that she'll still have to walk in, process in and out, which will take a very long time.
Yes, Your Honor.
But she'll get out. So unless something's not worked out, then she'd have first appearance the next day.
Judge, there are a number of conditions. I do realize the bond has not been signed yet. However, the draft has been prepared and sent to us that we anticipate walking through. It would include GPS monitoring and no contact directly with the father, but it would not have any provisions regarding the children.
That sounds like one of my bond conditions. Who'd you negotiate that with?
ADA McCauley.
Oh, okay. I'm sure Miss Lauren McCauley will be sending it to me as she typically does. And when they send it to me, I'll be glad to sign it and send it. If y'all all have your emails in the chat, it'll be e-filed. I'll be glad to sign it once usually Miss McCauley does that. But so how does that sound? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the ex parte in place with any deviations from that pertaining to visits, anything else. They would refer to Judge Farmer's order, which will print out and attach.
That's fine, Your Honor.
There, if you're looking like a deer in headlights.
That's fine, Your Honor, but I would be remiss if I didn't just state this out on behalf of my client. Once again, he was left with the clothes he was wearing, no personal property, nothing for the children, no furnishings, nothing. And he's not receiving any support for the children either. And we did prepare a child support worksheet where, she would pay child support, which the court can do, of course, through the TPO.
Your Honor, we had a status conference on Tuesday, and nobody brought up child support in that status conference on Tuesday. My client has had to take a leave from work. If you look in the order that has already been entered by the court, Mr. Rubenstahl makes about $100,000 a year. My client was making about $70,000, but she's not making anything right now. Her parents are paying for the kids' school, which is $3,300 a month. Her parents are paying for the kids' uncovered medical expenses. Her parents hold a mortgage on a condo that Mr. Rubenstahl owns that he could live in, but he's living in an apartment. My client, she has one brokerage account, which they've been spending down, but she doesn't have, her family is stepping in, and they have offered, if he wants to buy stuff at Target or Costco, they have offered to help with that. He's already taken advantage. He already charged, how much did he charge? He already charged a couple $1,000s on buying beds. He admitted in the hearing last week that our client paid for beds for the kids. So, that's not totally accurate what she's saying. So, the maternal grandparents are doing all the school, all the uncovered medical. He has already charged on a credit card, which is in my client's name, thousands of dollars at all these different stores. If he has specific needs for the kids, like clothes or that kind of thing, I will definitely talk to the grandparents about it, but my client doesn't have any income right now. Now, she does have interest and dividends off a brokerage account, and I have run a worksheet on that. That comes out, the total's about $10,000 a year, which comes out to about $500 a month. When I ran the worksheet, that was about $95 a month. I just don't understand why this wasn't brought up Tuesday at the 30-day And the other thing, in my negotiations this week on the TPO, nobody ever brought up with me child support. I mean, how does that just come to the hearing and you bring it up? That's not how I negotiate with people. I bring up all the issues. So, I mean, if somebody opposing counsel had come to me and said, hey, we need some support, we could have talked about it, but I've never heard of that until today. And that was not in the ex parte order. I mean, the ex parte order just says everybody stays away and we have temporary custody. I mean, if she wants to have a full-blown temporary hearing, you know, let's do it. I'm not going to just accept that, you know, I mean.
Is there just one? Is there just the one child? Is there just the one child?
There are 2 children.
If Miss Martin is done, I would like to respond to that though. Miss Rubenstahl is the beneficiary of a trust. Her parents aside, they have nothing to do with this. It is her and her husband. She's the beneficiary of a trust. She made $70,000 a year, and they provided me with a marital balance sheet, which shows that she has a Charles Schwab account with $145,000 in it. She can pay child support on behalf of her children. Yes, the grandparents elect to pay for the children's private school. That is an election by the grandparents out of the kindness of their heart. They elect to pay overages on coverage. Mr. Rubenstahl covers his family on his very good CNN policy, but the D'Angelos want better, so they pay the difference in the extras. Mr. Rubenstahl was left with nothing. The clothes he had on his back, that is all. He got a hand-me-down Maxima from his parents. So, I mean, for them to say, yes, he purchased in a joint account, I guess, or he was named on this card, he said he was the user, the beds from Costco for the children, because yes, they didn't offer to help with that. They came out with a basket of laundry full of some kids' clothes after it happened, and that was it. So the stories are quite different as to what transpired here, but we are asking as a TPO, you go to a TPO hearing and you ask for support to be entered. And we did the worksheet with $100,000 for Mr. Rubenstahl, $70,000 for Ms. Rubenstahl, and I think $95 that he pays monthly, the children's portion out of his CNN paycheck. And it was $938, which she can absolutely pay out of her $145,000 Charles Schwab account.
Sitting there real quiet, Mr. Sarah. I feel like I'm the guardian judge. I don't care about money. My money.
Yeah, I don't get involved in the money.
Also throw it out there, Your Honor, we haven't gotten any attorney's fees in this, but the D'Angelos are paying for their daughter's fees, their fees. They have like 6 attorneys on deck, and Mr. Rubenstahl is borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, me being Paul. So he doesn't have money for this. I get letters, multiple letters a day from them, expecting responses, letters for simple questions. I mean, this litigation is going to just continue to be completely I mean, it's just expanded unnecessarily, and it's going to continue that way because they're paying for all the attorneys for them. So,
well, all I will say, Your Honor, and this is not really, you know, this has been one of those cases where I asked out of the gate for a guardian. The day I talked to opposing counsel, no, we had to have a hearing on that. We asked for the grandparents to intervene. No, we had to have a hearing on that. Court granted it. We asked for time for the grandparents. Courtney, no. So we had to have a hearing on that. We asked for our client just to be able to have a phone call with the kids. No. So we had to have a hearing on that. So I take great offense to somebody saying that I have expanded the litigation when my very first phone call and letter to opposing counsel asked for these things, and we have had to litigate for 2 days just to get a guardian, which if a case needed a guardian, this is the case. So I take great offense to expanding the litigation because that is the last thing that I have done in this case. I have said from day one, I want solutions and I want to help these precious children, and I stand by that. And I take
to her wishes for her client, who once again is not even in the picture. So because we didn't concede to Miss Martin's demands, then that is why she didn't expand the litigation. Either way, they have an unlimited piggy bank for their attorney's fees. Mr. Rubenstahl has nothing.
Well, the hearing, he indicated that he had all of his family and cousins and people, contributing to his, situation. I mean, it's just, but all families are all on deck, I think, at this point.
There's some people on deck for these kids. So I'm going to extend the ex parte. I'll refer to Judge Farmer's order. Is Gilkinson to where? You don't have to give me the address. Where is he staying? The family? Hotel?
So he obtained a townhouse close to his sister at the rate of, I think, $2,200 a month or something like that he has to pay. And the house that they referenced, the apartment, it's his premarital apartment that's downtown in like right across from CNN. It's not where you raise a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So it's being rented out right now, which is why he obtained a townhouse in Dunwoody.
So how were they splitting up the bills before?
Honestly, Judge, I mean, I think that they both worked, made, $170,000. The grandparents paid for the house, so they were quite lucky with that. They didn't have a mortgage they paid on. It was the bank of the D'Angelos. And I mean, as far as I know, they split expenses and paid their bills out of, a split account. I know that they used her Charles Schwab account. My client states that prior to this fire, there was $300,000 or $400,000 in it. So he was surprised that it was down to $145,000.
All right, everybody on here is just the Rubenstahl case, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You too, Mr. Miller?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm in both. I'm only on this computer in case there was evidence that was needed so I could screen share it and make it easier for everybody.
All right, hold on. I'm moving some of these people in there to speak with Ms. Free.
Hello.
Hello.
John.
Y'all go into the other room. All right. So we're all gonna be professional here, okay? These aren't our children. We're not the one getting a divorce. We all get along. It's horrible about the children. So we'll set our motions aside and we'll zealously advocate. Okay? However, Judge Farmer's ignoring my calls, which means he's going to try to shift this to me. Ms. Freed, make note. Mandy, this case right here does not come back in front of me. I don't know how he can be. But, all right, I agree. He's paid. Now, if grandparents are being phenomenal grandparents and paying for something, this child is the birthday, Mr. Rubenstahl, Miss Rubenstahl, you two had the baby. Neither one of y'all called and said, ask anybody else on the face of this earth if they would be glad to pay for a baby or take care of a baby if y'all had it. Y'all had it together, right? I don't get anybody giving a thumbs up or nothing. I mean, hello.
My client's the only one here, Your Honor, I think. So yes, John is.
Where'd your client go, Ms. Cutler? Oh,
he was never here.
Yeah, that's right. So that's it. I didn't get a phone call. Y'all didn't get a phone call. It's the two of them. So both of y'all need to pay for it because it's not grandma and grandpa's, responsibility. So everybody needs a little skin in the game. And I tell you what, if it's not for their business, they probably have, the grandparents are probably going to hook them up with college. Y'all can put it in a savings account. Open up a savings account. Okay. Coming back, okay. You can open up a 529. You can open up a savings account for each kid, and y'all can both put the same amount. And she can put it in a savings account. What she pays into a savings account. How about that?
Yeah, just to be clear, the children already have trust. They're provided
I
for.
understand that, but just because you got a trust doesn't mean you're still not responsible. What happens if the trust, something happens to it? I mean, I got a trust too. Trust me, I ain't got no money. Okay, but stuff happens. So what if it happens? So I know But you know what? Give them a little savings account. So, how much does your client want to put in a savings? It seems like a good $600 a month to be good for a savings account. And if something comes up and it's extracurriculars or the child gets sick, they'll both have access, they both, have some access so they can both see it, but, out of pockets will be paid for that. Because it ain't on the grandparents. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, Your Honor. Sorry, I just need to be clear just for my client so that he knows that I'm absolutely trying. He has had to borrow. He doesn't have money to pay all of his bills. He has had to borrow from his parents. He had to go and get a new house. The children have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their trust account. This is a very wealthy family. My client is at a very...
What is it you're wanting then? Her to give him the $5,000? What is it you're wanting? Because obviously if they've got more in a trust, then the kids don't need money.
I was asking for the child support in the amount of $938 a month pursuant to the worksheet from mom so that father can provide the necessities for the children. Yes, the grandparents pay for the school and things like that, but I mean, that's not day in and day out support that, the commission has seen that what it costs to raise a child. And I mean, he's been off on leave from his job since the house was burned down and he needs to go back soon. But I mean, it's been a struggle. When he doesn't come from money like Miss D'Angelo, like Miss Rubenstahl does, it's quite, the parity is not there, Judge.
This almost feels illegal to know.
Let's go. It's free. Why are these people coming back in here?
I told them they were free to leave. They just did leave breakout room and not leave.
Okay. Ms. Cooper?
It's Miss Martin. It's Miss Martin. I know it says on the. That's fine.
That's the name of the firm.
It's just because it's Mr. Cutler. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the name of the firm. I'm like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have changed it. It's Margaret Martin.
Don't worry about it. So, I mean, what was the mortgage at the place that's burned to the ground?
Well, see, Your Honor, the parents hold the mortgage, and so were they making minimal mortgage payments?
My understanding was about once a year minimal mortgage payments, but as Your Honor can imagine, when your parents own the note, it wasn't a traditional monthly mortgage.
And they also hold the note on Mr. Rubenstahl's condo, which they could call, but they're not going to. They also hold a note on his car. I mean, they pay the education. I mean, we will pay some child support, but my client just is not working right now. And I mean, if she pays it, it's going to be from this account. So, that's going to have to come off the assets that'll be divided in the divorce. So I want everybody aware of that. I mean, she'll be paying it.
I mean, child support doesn't come off the assets and stuff like that. So where he's staying, grandparents own it.
Well, no, he owns a condo that the grandparents own. He's not staying there.
Oh, because that was the one you're seeing in.
Correct. But what I'm saying, Your Honor, is my client makes $70,000 a year, but she's not making anything now because she's in a rehab. I mean, she's in a Skyland Trail for mental illness.
What does she draw for trust? What's her trust draw?
So she has off this account that I'm telling you, interest and dividends of $10,000 a year. And I ran the worksheet on that and it came up to like $100 a month because that's $500 a month. I'm not aware of any other trust where she's been taking distributions. All I know is that her parents have given the money or given her money for them to live during the marriage. But that's not, I mean, that's just they give her money as needed kind of thing just to help fill in the gap. But that was not from my client. That was from the maternal grandparents. So, I mean, their balance sheet, I mean, I just, if Your Honor orders child support, and I hear what you're saying, I mean, they're the parents. but it's going to come from this account. And I just don't want to hear later that we've dissipated the marital estate. I don't want to hear arguments from opposing counsel that we've dissipated the estate if she pays that child support from this Charles Schwab account.
All right. Yeah. Good. The $70,000 that she was getting was work from her.
Yes,
job.
Your Honor, but she's not working now.
All right, and then her parents were pretty much paying all the bills, plus she got an extra $10,000 a year.
Well, she has interest and dividends off that account that shows, I mean, I just went to her tax returns and she had interest and dividends off that account of, well, that's capital gains. So no, that wasn't right.
But her parents paid for their house note and all their other bills.
Well, the point is they didn't pay for the house note. They hold the mortgage. They just didn't make many mortgage payments. Their parents would give them money to go into a joint account. And my understanding is Mr. Rubenstahl would pay, you know, buy whatever he wanted to buy for the house or whatever he wanted to do. Then he'd put whatever was left from his earnings in the joint account. My client would put her earnings in the joint account, and then the grandparents would supplement with cash, and the bills were paid out of that account. So the sources for the joint account were my client's income from work, which is no longer for right now, Mr. Rubenstahl's income from work, and cash flow from the grandparents. In addition to that, the grandparents are paying the $3,300 a month for education, the uncovered medical expenses, and, you know, I know they bought the kids clothes and that kind of thing. I mean, you know, but right now they're continuing to pay the $3,300 a month for, which is essentially the children can stay there till 5 o'clock. I understand that's what Mr. Rubenstahl's been doing. So that's covering a lot of the day. I think they have lunch at school. The grandparents and my client have the kids every other weekend and one night during the week. So, you know, during those times, he doesn't have expenses for the kids.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think you're talking about food and we'll buy the kids clothes. I mean, you know,
what they're worried about, I guess what she's worried about is Mr. Rubenstahl's clothes that were in the house. Okay, but let me get, so I'm kind of simple. I'm smarter than I sound, but I like to keep it kind of simple. So there's an account that these two people have that they put money in. Daughter's still on the payroll because grandparents put money in there too. And then they just spend it however. I guess if they need a little more, they call grandma and grandpa, they put a little more in. And all that. You know, my dad owed me $1,000 when I bought my first car. Every morning I'd sit and get down for breakfast. On my cereal bowl, there was a statement how much I owed that week interest, and he would repo it if I did. And it was a 1967 Volkswagen Baja. It was supposed to have a sunroof, but it was a blue tarp because the sunroof. And he let me know every month, and I made weekly payments, including interest. And if I didn't, he would have it towed.
That's impressive. That's impressive. That's how my mom and dad were.
But I never had it I never had it towed. No matter what my dad says, the day I said, hey, can I get $20 because I went and picked up lunch for us all, I paid him back, but he reminds me daily, and I'm enough to not have to get $20. But let me tell you, so it seems like this family needs a reality check. I mean, but Mr. Rosenthal, what Ms. Wilkinson, what is $900 a month gonna do for him?
Well, Your Honor, you know, once again, the kids were.
I mean, he's got a place to stay. He's paying that mortgage and stuff, and he makes.
I mean, that can go towards the rent. I mean, the rent is $2,300. He hasn't worked since his wife burned the house down. The kids, their toys, their clothes, every last stitch of anything that was owned was gone. Like if you saw these pictures, you'd be like, oh, okay. So, I mean, they had nothing. He had to buy everything from the ground up for them. I mean, their clothes, toys, everything. I mean, he has to pay this mortgage. I mean, it's just, he does not have the same parity and he cannot keep up with all of this without them having any skin in the game at all. I mean, otherwise
Now,
they're just going to be
is he
inundated.
I mean, I know the house has burned down, so is he not working now?
So he's on leave. It happened November the 4th. So
Right.
it's been just over 4 weeks. He's on leave. He works for CNN. He's a director of the Southeast news stuff.
Oh
so,
yeah, and they're
like,
moving all that, yeah.
Right. So he's on leave right now, but he is getting ready to go back to work, and that's going to happen definitely by the beginning of the year. But he has been not receiving income, I guess, for what, 6 weeks or whatever it is. I don't know.
Don't sell your house without getting bonus cash.
All right. But so if you guys go back February the 23rd, because I'm assuming Judge Farmer is going to hear something. I mean, that's only going to be $1,800 that he has. So that is what I'm saying. Is there something, what exactly does he need? Because what's $1,800 going to help him in the whole scheme of things, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, it'll certainly help him keep up with the litigation at the pace that this is going. I mean, if you're not inclined to order child support, I would at least ask for attorney's fees for this TPO. I mean, something. I mean,
well, no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. But I'm just trying to figure out in if it's all actually going to help him, because I just I don't. These kids obviously are not going to do without.
No, of course there won't. I mean, but it's certainly going to help, I mean, the rent that he has of this place that he has, he has to pay, obviously he had to pay first month and last month's rent. He had to furnish it. He had to get, all new kitchen stuff. He had to get, silverware. I mean, that's not cheap. That's quite expensive when you're building from the ground up, when everything you own was burned, your collectibles, your everything, your entire life was burned.
It's coming up with a number in my head. Have you both done DERPAs yet?
Your Honor, I've never gotten their 30-day discovery. We had the 30-day on Tuesday. I've emailed opposing counsel asking for that. I've never gotten it. They have our DERPA. And I can send it to Your Honor right now, but I've never seen a DERPA or pay information from them. I don't have anything. All I have is a child support worksheet they sent right before the hearing today. And again, Your Honor, this, they've never brought this up with me before. This is so.
No, Docket wouldn't have went anywhere like everything else, Your Honor. I mean, and his discovery will be to them next week anyways. We served regular discovery, so now they want me to answer the mandatory plus all the regular, which is just going to be repetitive anyways, but they're going to get all of his next week.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
So, Ms. Gilkison, do you have a DERPA?
Your Honor, I do not at this moment, no. My client has it, is filling it out, and knows that he has to have it back to me this weekend.
I just put my email in there. Here's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'll. Obviously, mom's probably gonna live with her parents, right, Ms. Martin?
Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second.
All right, mom's probably gonna live with parents, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
And do you know when she's getting out of the facility?
We're thinking 90 days. I mean, I don't think it'll be February.
So she'll get out in February, so okay. All right. I tell you what, and I'll let you folks come back if you would like, and I'll let you come back and I'll hear it, completely separately, but if both of y'all can, one, send me a DERPA, I'll make the ex parte, but with taking into consideration and recognizing everything that Judge Farmer put in his order, well, as far as kids and things like that, and let me see.
Your Honor, I think you have my DERPA. I just want to make sure. Do I need to resend it? I think we sent
Now,
it.
maybe I just put my email in there. Maybe Well, here's the thing that some lawyer said my email address way loud all over YouTube.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh, no, that's a nightmare. No,
Your Honor, I sent the DERFA to you as part of the exhibits. I sent it per the Rule NISI, that specific email address
okay,
that's
so
provided. It's in the Dropbox under R3.
Okay. And Ms. Freed, oh goodness, is the special set on Monday going forward?
Special set on Monday.
Did Ms. Heron just?
Yes.
Ms. Heron emailed something. Did you see
it? Was reset for this day. That was the previous one. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have one special set, and I'll leave this completely up to you folks, okay? That I can look at it in the meantime. Hunt Judge Farmer down. I'm going over there and bang on his door. Either so I can look it over, have a chance to talk with Judge Farmer about that, and then I can see you both real shortly on the 20th that morning, or it'll probably be in the that's a Tuesday, or in the afternoon on Monday.
Judge, I have an emergency hearing in Barrow County on Monday. I know, yeah.
So I got Tuesday. I mean, I have motions at 11. It takes a little while on Tuesday, but I could do it like at 9 or like 1 o'clock. 20th.
Tuesday, I have the second part 2 of a trial in Gwinnett County at 9 o'clock on Tuesday.
Who's that in front of?
Judge, sitting for Judge Batchelor, John, oh gosh, I forget his name. Setzer? John Setzer. He's sitting for Batchelor, yeah.
So what about the 21st?
Wednesday? I don't have anything on Wednesday.
It's free. There's nothing on that 9:30 calendar, right?
That's child support, so I'm not sure if it's just being waiting to be added on there.
Oh, I think it is, because we said it was the last one. So all I would have is that in person at 1. Can you folks be in? I'll find Judge Farmer before then for sure. So you guys want to come back on the 21st that morning? It'll be all I have that morning, and by then Judge Farmer and I will sit down, have a very good conversation about all of this, and if you both send DERFAs, I'm going to sit down with him, and we're both going to come up with a number. But that will remain in place, Mr. Seraph. I'll be glad I could add to that if you would like Mom to be able. I mean, like I said, it could help Mom if she records them. If you want them to record the conversations, if you don't have any concerns, then I'm fine.
Honestly, it's too early. I haven't even met or talked to the parties, so I don't want to opine one way or the other just yet, just to be frank with you.
All right, well, if it's something you folks want to, like I said, it either hurts people or it helps people. If you change your mind, let me know, we can do it. So is that okay now?
I can also, sorry, I can also just wait until February if you want for the fees portion, if it's, if it's a little bit,
Oh, it's too much for me. I don't have working night court anymore till the first of the year, and I like working. I'm on call for the city of East Point, so I work all the time. But this way they'll have the DERFA or the documentation you want me to look at. I'm gonna sit down with Judge Farmer, and we're gonna come up with a number.
Well,
since it sounds like it's financial issues, is it all right if I don't attend that?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But if there's something that you need amended to the order that abilities you have, do you have them communicating through Our Family Wizard? Do you have access?
No, they're not communicating like that, Judge. I think that they don't, I mean, the communication is not really supposed.
I'm saying if they need to at all. I mean, heaven help, one of the children gets sick,
Your Honor, we would be fine with communication through Our Family Wizard, except I just want to make sure that whatever we got to do to facilitate the FaceTime, I think he is going to have to be a part of that. So, Your Honor, what time were you saying on the 21st?
What works for y'all? I mean, grandparents, whoever is involved with this kid, if everybody could go through Our Family Wizard, Mr. Sarah.
That would be my preference.
All right. So whoever gets it.
The worst state to live in right now.
So we're going to do the reset notice. We'll send it to y'all in Word. You guys agree on that language. What do you guys want on the 21st? Tell me what time.
Well, Your Honor, in full transparency, I'm filing a motion for attorney's fees today. So, I mean, that's going to be heard hopefully in February at the next one. So if you want to punt all of this down and just, you know, extend the ex parte with Judge Farmer's order and leave the fees out for now, my client is fine with that.
But I want it as to what we're gonna do, because I want the wording to be right, where everybody's comfortable, that the ex parte staying in place. We'll follow Judge Farmer's temporary order as far as visitation, and we'll add in, and I'd like you to add in, Mr. Sarah, that the parties, including grandparents, sign up for our Family Wizard. So there's the communication that you have full access to our family. Because there will come a time, trust me, something's gonna happen. And I hope it's not anything bad where these folks need to communicate with. There is a record of the communication.
So, Your Honor, you have my DERFA. Do you need anything else for Wednesday?
But did you email it again?
We can. It's in the.
Yeah, if you don't mind, because I sent for, and they're changing my email address. But if y'all send it to me now, I'll get it.
Okay, we'll send you the DERFA and anything else you need for Wednesday.
Yeah, anything else y'all want me to know as far as money?
Okay.
You know, and Ms. Free.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if y'all put your emails in the link, Ms. Free, who's supposed to be responsible for the language about following Judge Farmer's order?
I'm sorry, did you say who would be responsible for that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to draft your.
Okay, so just email it to Ms. Gilkinson and a copy of Ms. Martin. And what we'll do is we'll send you a reset notice, change the Zoom link, just put whatever language is going to be comfortable about following Judge Farmer's order, and I'll print off a copy of it and we'll attach that and then we'll file it. So DERFA, whatever you want me to consider for finances. And then we'll do Wednesday. I think we never got a time. What time do you folks want? Because it'll be on Zoom. Y'all don't have to come down here.
Okay, I've got an 11 o'clock appointment, so, you know, 9 or 9:30 would be preferable.
9 a.m. Does that work for you, Ms. Gilkinson?
9 is fine, Your Honor.
All right, look at that. Now we're cooking with you.
Just to clarify, so I'll have my client's DERFA to you as soon as I get it from him, and I've already told him I need it, like I said, this weekend. So I'm going to email that to you on Monday, but did the TPO, you want to use the form-based TPO, is that right? And just put the language and then attach the order?
No, what we're sending you is my reset notice. It says everything remains in place and it's reset to this date. And then you can put, however, visitation as as far as visitation with the children, etc. Please refer to everything set out in Judge Farmer's order. But I want to make sure that everybody agrees on that we all know that's what that means.
Okay.
So everything in the ex parte order remains in place except for, you can either say see Judge Farmer's order or whatever, except for the provisions, and you can cut and paste the provisions in Judge Farmer's order that you want to know. If someone were to call 911 and Deputy Friendly looks at it and goes, nope, this says the child, you can see, let me know.
I mean, being an attachment is fine.
Okay, you can be an attachment. So do you just want me to say see Judge Farmer's order?
And use it as an exhibit? I mean, that's probably the clearest.
We'll do that, we'll reset it, and we're just gonna put see Judge Farmer's order. Good enough for me.
But I just want understanding that we're not in violation of the ex parte order if we follow Judge Farmer's order. That's what we're all saying.
Oh, that's what I'm wanting to make sure.
Right.
If y'all want certain words except for change it to, I mean, I'll figure out something. Say, see Judge Farmer's order as far as visitation, grandparents visitation, and mom's visitation with the children. See Judge Farmer's order.
And mom's contact with children, because the ex parte.
Right, and contact per Judge Farmer's order will not be a violation of this.
Of the ex parte. And you're extending the ex parte until when?
Well, at least be extended until I'll talk to Judge Farmer, but it'll still be in place. Because me and Judge Farmer are going to have a nice little conversation this afternoon.
And Judge, to be clear, Mr. Browning, I know, has already sent Ms. Martin an email as well, stating that any FaceTime or visitation pursuant to what the judge ordered would not be a violation, and we understand that. So I mean, we've already put that out there.
So if there's something that y'all want to say, that's good. That's what I said. I'm going to say it remains in place with the exception of the provisions in Judge Farmer's order dated December the 15th, 2022. The attached. So
that works for Mr. Rubenthal. That works for him.
All right. So now Officer Friendly's going to have to read it. So that means I tell you what, I can make you promise this, that if somebody calls the police because somebody makes a FaceTime call and they say they're violating it, take an Uber down here and sit in my courtroom, because I promise you, you make some report like that and say somebody's violated and they're not, going to go to Rice Street. I say Uber because you park over here, your car may get broken into, and it's $17 a day, and you're going to sit in Rice Street for 20 days. You don't believe me? Ask people.
Understood.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll see, and so put your emails in the chat. Miss Free's going to send you the reset notice in the link. I just printed off the form. Come on, see, I'm going to put an attachment, Exhibit A.
Thank you,
Now, which
Judge.
one of y'all are going to represent me if me and Judge Farmer get in a fight?
I'm driving. Yeah, we got Chopra. I'm gonna go down and film this at Farmer's car, and we'll see how many views we get on TikTok.
Exactly. And counsel, Miss McCauley, I'm sure she'll send me whatever she needs me to sign. So just tell her that I'm familiar, and I'm sure she'll send it to me. All
Have
right.
a good weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good one.
Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good holiday and a good week. I'll see y'all Wednesday.
Bye.
She was actually charged with arson.
Drinking water.
This is a bond hearing in front of our beloved Judge Manning. The man attacked a nurse.
Tell us that. Where do you work?
Atlanta Police Department.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
2 years.
And how long have you been a sergeant?
Since 2019.
Okay, so about 4 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, so you said you're post certified. That you said that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and were you working an extra job at this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you working?
Grady Hospital.
And can you tell us the location of Grady Hospital?
It is Jesse Hill Junior Drive, Southeast.
Is that in
Atlanta?
That's in Fulton County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell us the date of this incident and what happened?
March the 17th, 2023, about 1:30 in the morning. So as stated, I worked my extra job down at Grady Hospital. Been working there for about 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
But on the night in question, I was called back to what we call the Zone 2 area, or where they do emergency treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got back there, the nurse was laying on the floor, and they immediately took the nurse to the trauma center for treatment.
So when you got there, the incident had already taken place?
It had just taken place, yes, ma'am.
And so I believe you said that you saw, so what did you see when you saw him falling, or what happened?
Right, as I was coming, he was falling to the floor.
And did you see the defendant there?
Yes.
In his immediate vicinity?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the nurse's name that was assaulted?
His name was Nurse.
Okay, and so he's a male nurse?
Male nurse, yes, ma'am.
And so let me see. Did you say it was March the 17th, or did you say
May the 17th?
Okay. May the 17th, and yes. That was of this year?
Yes.
And so you witnessed
right.
Falling to the ground.
Right.
Did you investigate?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Let me just tell you what happened. Later on, I investigated and I got the statement from nurses back there and then later on from Mr. Powell. But he said the defendant was in that area for treatment.
The nurse.
Right. He said the defendant, Mr. Terrell, was in that area. Edward was in that area for treatment, and he was walking through zone 2, like wandering around. The nurse asked him, did he need any help? And he said, can you show me where the restroom is located? He pointed to the direction and showed him where the restroom was. He said, as he started walking to the restroom, he turned around and came back and went behind the nurse's station where another female nurse was working. She told the defendant, he cannot be back here. You need to get from behind the counter. He began to argue with her. Nurse Powell came over and intervened and said, sir, the restroom, once again, he pointed to where the restroom was.
Mm-hmm.
He said, all of a sudden, the defendant stated, I'm not gay, and with a closed fist, hit him in the face.
He said, I'm not gay.
Right, he said, I'm not gay. Then he hit the nurse in the face.
He used a closed fist?
Closed fist. And this from the nurses and statement said the force of the impact was so.
I'm sorry, let me cut you off. What was the other nurse's name who witnessed this incident?
They didn't give me no statement. Once I talked to nurse, I didn't get the information from them.
But you spoke to them, but
Yes,
you
ma'am.
didn't write their name down?
Right.
How many witnesses witnessed this besides?
All of us, at least 10 of them.
10? Was it all nurses or were they just
Nurses, staff.
Okay, so there was several people who witnessed this assault.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what happened after?
So-
Go ahead.
So when he hit him, again, he said the force of impact was so hard, it cracked his bottom right teeth. It knocked the crown off from one of his rear teeth. It broke his glasses. And as the nurse was falling backwards, he fell backwards. He bumped his head on the desk, which left his head bleeding and a visible laceration. And as the ground, he was knocked completely unconscious.
Unconscious.
He was unconscious.
Did I have to go to a higher level of care? Did he have to go to trauma or anything
Right.
like
Yeah,
that?
they immediately took him back to the trauma area and started to work on him. Greater security, of course, arrived shortly and they detained Mr. So I asked Mr. Why did you hit that nurse like that? And his statement was,
whether you have money or not, I recommend you buy this.
I don't know, and I'm not gay. And I immediately detained him, took him down to the graded detention to get treatment for whatever he was at graded for. And after he got his treatment, he was transported to the Fulton County Jail.
So did you meet with any other witnesses? Like you said, you didn't take an establishment, but did you talk to anybody else about what they may have seen that was not, done by, said by?
They pretty much said the same thing and backed up his story.
Okay, so they said that they overheard Mr. Mr. Everett saying that I'm not gay, and then I proceeded to assault Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know why he said that I'm not gay? I mean, was there any type of conversation about his sexuality or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. To this day, I don't know why he made that statement. And I asked, although I didn't list it in my report, I asked him, why would he make that statement? And he didn't know either.
I don't want to get into too much of this gay statement, but is Mr. Powell gay? I mean, do you think?
Objection, Judge, relevance.
I'm trying to, well, it was relevant because your clients alleged to have said this statement. So I'm trying to figure out what made him say that. Judge.
I don't think he's gay or nothing, but I don't know.
You don't know for sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you'd have no idea why?
I have no idea.
Okay. And, all right. So is there anything else? So you also charged him with aggravated battery. Is that for the teeth, the missing teeth?
Yes, ma'am.
And then also the unconsciousness?
So the Georgia aggravated battery statute requires maliciously causing bodily harm to another. Specifically, it requires rendering a member of his or her body. That makes me laugh. I don't know why. Member of their body. I understand it was written a long time ago, and that's probably some kind of, specific member of it. Just the terminology makes me laugh. Anyways, thanks to Kevin Fisher Legal, there's actually a case law on these. So specifically, blurred vision, lost tooth, or part of tooth. There's a case for that. Temporarily broken nose, broken fingers, severe bruising, memory lapses, and severe permanent damage has all been sustained on an aggravated battery conviction by the Georgia Appellate Court. So here is your links if you want to freeze this for those law nerds out there. And for everybody else, sorry for the interruption.
No, I chose him with aggravated battery and also chose him with hindering preventing a medical staff or technician from doing their job.
So, so what was the aggravated? I thought it was aggravated battery for also that him being unconscious as well.
No, I did aggravated battery because he cracked that teeth in that crown.
So
he eventually lost that teeth.
Oh, he lost it.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's still out as of today.
Did he ever get it fixed, or is he gonna about to get it fixed?
He's still going through the medical procedures part of it to get his mouth repaired.
Like workman's comp and things like that?
Yes, as far as I know, that's what he told me last night.
Okay, and so you charged him, Mr. Everett, also with hindering emergency professionals, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the basis of that is for him just assaulting them while they're on their job?
No, well, that's part of it, but I figure if he's a nurse there serving other customers and he's laying on the floor with a knocked out teeth, damaged crown, and unconscious and bleeding from the head, I believe that hindered him from helping and working with other customers he had.
So the actual assault and the fact that he could not help other customers in the
Right.
hospital.
He prevented him from helping other customers.
Okay. And was there anything else that you would like to say that's pertinent to this case for the judge to know?
Other than that, one other thing was I didn't know at the time when he knocked him out, hit him, he broke his glasses too. Nurse power wear glasses.
So it broke his glasses as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And was this incident captured on surveillance footage?
Grady Hospital has the surveillance footage in that area.
Did you review the footage? Have you had a chance to review it?
No, I didn't. And I just got when I got there, I got the footage on my body camera, but I didn't pull the footage from Grady, but they still have it.
Okay, so you have the footage of what footage do you have as far as
I just got it on my body cam, but the footage.
What's on the body cam? Because you said you weren't there to witness this.
Yeah, just me talking to him and I think talking to Nurse Pete.
And when did you have a chance to talk to Nurse? You call him Nurse Pete,
right? Well, they call him Nurse Pete, but it's Nurse. I work there every Monday and Tuesday, so I'm familiar with.
He was unconscious, so I'm trying to figure out when we were able to talk to him.
After they brought him to late on that night. Why?
So after he was already came back to consciousness.
Yes, ma'am.
I shouldn't even be talking about this, but Powerball and Mega Millions are trying to put me in jail after I discovered how any American can.
Okay, and he was able to remember everything pretty clearly at that.
Yes.
By him being unconscious. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was able to identify Mr. Everett as the perpetrator.
Yes, ma'am.
As the one who assaulted him.
Yes.
Okay. And the other witness were able to identify Mr. Everett as well.
Yes, the other nurses that was able to identify. I mean, he stayed right there on scene. He didn't try to run off with nothing.
And so he never denied the fact that he assaulted Mr. Nurse, correct?
Right. He never denied it.
He just said, I don't know why I did that.
He just said, I don't know. I said, why did you hit the nurse like that? He said, I don't know, and I'm not gay. And I said, okay. And went on, put him on the arrest at that point.
Okay, and let me ask you another question. So, and the body camera is into evidence, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, on the body camera is not going to capture him hitting
The
him.
actual assault, but you captured the witnesses and what they said.
Yes.
Okay, and you also captured nurse statement.
I'm pretty sure I still had it going.
And so Nurse Powell is the victim. Were there any other victims?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I think I asked you, but it's in Fulton County, correct?
Yes.
And you were able to talk to Mr. Everett before today?
Have I talked to him before
Yes,
today?
you talked to him before today when you spoke to him about whether or not he assaulted.
Right. That's the only time I talked to him was that night of the
And so are
incident.
you able to identify him today in court?
Yeah, he's sitting over by his defense attorney with the blue jumpsuit, the little short afro, black male.
Okay. Judge, let the record reflect that this officer, Sergeant Jones, has correctly identified the defendant, Mr. Everett, in this case.
All right, it's noted.
And that's all I have, your witness.
All right, Cross.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Sergeant Jones.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. You said that, I think I'm a little confused. Were you working at Grady on an extra job already?
Yes, ma'am. I work there every Monday night and Tuesday night.
Okay. And this incident, was it on like a regular floor of Grady?
No, it's on the main lobby floor, but it's in an area called Zone 2. It's like right across from the trauma center.
But that's not the Grady detention.
No, the Grady detention is in the basement.
And so to your knowledge, Mr. Everett was there just as a patient.
Right. He was back there for treatment.
Do you know what he was there for treatment for?
No, ma'am. I don't know.
Okay. And you didn't witness the alleged assault?
No, I didn't actually see him hit him.
Okay. And you mentioned there were other people present there at the time,
Yes, ma'am.
but you didn't get like written statements?
No,
from
I
them?
didn't get no written statements from them. I just got their verbal statements.
Okay. You testified on direct that the nurse was knocked unconscious. Do you know approximately how long he was down on the ground?
No, I don't know exactly, but I can just say while he was unconscious, they immediately took him to the trauma center. So he probably was down in less than 5 minutes.
And you mentioned on direct, he was able to, after he came to, he was able to recount the events and identify who hit him and all that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You mentioned that he lost some teeth. Do you know how many?
On the bottom row, the center teeth, it was cracked that night, but he ended up losing it. And it broke a crown in the back of his mouth off one of his teeth.
Okay. That's all I have. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Anything else from the state?
Nothing else from the state.
All right,
Judge.
thanks, Detective. Stay safe out there. Get some
Yes,
rest.
ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead with the argument.
I'll allow Attorney Wood. Is that correct, Attorney? Okay.
Thank you. Judge, I would ask that you not find probable cause on the aggravated battery, instead find probable cause for the lesser included of simple battery. I don't believe a damaged crown and a broken tooth and being on the ground for less than 5 minutes meets the standard of having a body part rendered useless. And he was able to recount his version of what happened after he was up off the ground. So I think our argument is that would be a simple battery instead of aggravated battery.
Go ahead.
Judge, I know that the sergeant said that he only charged him with the aggravated battery for the teeth, but I believe it was also for the unconsciousness as well. So that would qualify for the fact that his brain was rendered useless for how many, if it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, he was still unconscious. And so also, it wasn't just his teeth was broken, the teeth were removed from his mouth. So at that time, that's also a member within his body that was dislocated from him. That you say he's still missing teeth at this time. So, Judge, we suggest that the aggravated battery is substantiated based upon those two factors. And if the warrant does not reflect the unconscious, we would suggest that it did, because you heard Sergeant Jones testify to the fact that this officer, this nurse was rendered unconscious, and so his brain was rendered useless at that moment, and also the teeth were removed from his mouth. So I don't believe that Attorney Wood is contesting the second charge of the felony of hindering. Are you contesting that? Okay, so we hope that we pray that you bond that over as well.
All right, I'll find probable cause on both. He has a $15,000 good bond as of 9/15. We can address bond.
Judge, before you start that, if it's okay, I'm not going to ask for a bond reduction. He has a matter with me in Judge McBurney's courtroom. I'm trying to take care of everything.
Okay, so just leave it alone. Okay, and we don't need to. Thank you. Best of luck to you, sir.
Judge, that is all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's it for today, everybody. I broadcast every day at 3:00 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 4:00 Eastern Time. Again, if you guys are not subscribers to the channel and you like this content, please do me a big, huge favor and subscribe to this channel. You would help. You're gonna help this channel grow. And I want this channel to grow on its own, not being promoted by other people except for myself. So you all have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ta and ciao ciao. And have a good evening.